Greetings and salutations, gamers. My name is Kyle, also known as GamersWeekend, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. I got it right. Might I just say, it has been like over a month since I've recorded. The video guys just probably got done seeing, or a few days ago maybe. The videos were recorded way before Armor of Thorns were completed. But I kind of set those aside so I could just rush out Armor of Thorns, not rush, but really focus all my time into Armor of Thorns, and it was, oh boy, I am very happy that it turned out the way it did, and it seems you guys have been very pleased, so thank you very much for the support on that. But we have Dark Souls 2 to get back to, and might I say, I am very happy to get back to it. Real quick, while we were editing the last episode, I did notice that we got a ring that I never looked at. Yorg's ring. Can deflect spells. Ooh, that might be really good. Okay, so if we run into somebody who uses a lot of magic, we should keep that in mind. Also, we had our first dragon ring, I think, third dragon ring, that's it. And I figured it'd probably be worth to slap this back on. I am going to need to slap on some armor. Because I noticed that I got this repaired and then never put armor back on. Where the hell is the forearm armor? Raises item discovery. No, that's actually an interesting look. So we're just gonna have to keep our durability in mind as we're going. Also, you guys might be wondering, what in the heck are we doing back in the Lost Bastille? Well, I figured that we would go ahead, before finishing up the Crown of the Sunken King DLC, we would actually go ahead and go in search of the Belfry Luna. You guys may remember we had the Belfry Sol over in the Old Iron Keep. This is the other one that we missed, and it has a whole other boss that we should have fought way earlier in the game, but never got around to it. So I figured this would be a good way to get myself warmed back up for the fun boss that we have to face in the Cave of the Dead? I think it's Cave of the Dead. Ooh, summon. Masterless Glencore. Come on out. Also, where's this invading spirit? Give you a piece of my mind. Welcome in, Masterless Glencore. More skeptic space. Thank you very much for nothing. Whoop. Oh, thank you. Is that our invading spirit? It is not. We will take care of you all the same. So yeah, you guys can tell this is definitely an area that we were supposed to be visiting much sooner than now. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be, yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to unlock. So let's take a look at what we have up here. Ow! Alright, you guys are a bit rude. Come on, Glencore! Oh, that was the invader. Oh, alright. Sure, I guess. Free human FG in my pocket. I guess he probably would have been much more difficult had I not arrived here so late in the game. So I'm gonna guess that this opens this up. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think in my original playthrough of the game, I actually ever fought the Belfry Gargoyles. So this should be an interesting experience. I was like, I got very concerned for a second. Okay, I don't think there's anything I really need to worry about buffing on my way in, so let's just see what we got. Oh, it's the same music. Ow. Oh boy, you guys are loud. Yeah, I might be here a bit late in the game. And with a summon, some might consider that a bit cheap, but you know what? We do what we gotta do here. No, where was Soul Greatsword? Ow. Ow. Oh, so they're arriving, I think, based on time, not on damage triggers. That's interesting. I'm just curious how much this is gonna deal. Quite a bit. And here we go. Quick little boss to get back to the swing of things. I'm sure it should have been way more difficult first time around, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and just make our way through. Bop. What kind of gear have we earned ourselves? Ooh, bonfire. Hey, that's that bonfire I missed. Southern Ritual Band. Didn't I get Southern Ritual Band +1? I did. Okay. Okay, so it's more attunement slots. Good to know. Good to know. Doesn't look like there's anything over there. Going to guess it's a similar case here. Looks like it. Although we do have a ladder over here. Doesn't look like much of anything to drop down to there. That's a lot of dogs. I haven't tried this yet, but if I try to homing soul mass. Ah, it does work like that. What's the Vorgel the Sinner? Will he come after me? Looks like it. That's a lot of dogs. Hopefully they won't block him. Alright, well. Now we hope he comes up that ladder and we give him what for. Or not. Okay, well. You know, maybe I should be at full health before attempting this stunt. But how would I want to do this? That's a lot of dogs. I'd really appreciate it if they got closer. There we go. There we go. Wanted to kill as many of them as I could as I dropped down. Beautiful. The Dragon Tooth. Is that the same Dragon Tooth I'm thinking of? And an Enchanted Falchion. Let's take a look. So an Enchanted Falchion, straight out of Dark Souls 1. Ah, and there it is. The good old Dragon's Tooth. Does this say reference at all being owned by Havel? As solid as a boulder, the tooth is said to be taken from a dragon, but the truth of this claim is unclear. Interesting. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, we finally got Belfry Luna added to the list, and it looks like we've pretty much discovered all of the areas at this point. So, one more quick cleanup thing before we return to the Sunken King area. You guys have been telling me a whole bunch to head back to where Manscorpion Tark was in the Shaded Woods. So I'm gonna quickly run back there. And I think you guys said to use a fragrant branch of some kind. So we're gonna run back and see what that's all about. Okay, so this first one is by where we grabbed the Black Knight Halberd. Whoa! There's a butterfly there. Oh my god, you still hurt. Are you some kind of lion super soldier? Jeez. I tried to go for a parry. I should not have. Ow! Bro. There we go. Lion Clan Shield. I'm just gonna kill you before you cause problems. Wilted Dusk Herb. Doesn't look like it's really gonna. Hi! Vengarl, I've been looking for you. Yeah, good old scallywag. I've been in search of you. There you are. What are you hiding, buddy? A torch. Of course you are. Oh, I get where we are now. So that's, yeah, that's the pathway up to Man Scorpion's Hark. Gotcha. Okay, so that's why you guys wanted to go back. Okay, that's cool. I have been looking for him. If you guys don't know, Vengarl's set is actually, from what I remember, it's pretty good. Yeah, you can see it's even better than this Faram set. Armor of the Ferocious Vengarla Ferosa. Known as a raging deadly warrior, even Ferocious Lion Knights, a motley crew of rabid fighters kept him at arm's length. Why didn't I just use the aged feather? Why didn't I? My stupidity precedes me. Alright, so what I wanted to do at Majula is there's a character here that we haven't really talked to very much, and I just noticed we need a human effigy. And the reason I want to talk to this character is because, am I already down to 46 life gems? Holy.
Oh, hello again.
So Malin the Armorer, is a character that increases their wares the more you buy from them, kind of like, Melentia. This is a mechanic that I certainly remember from the first game. So what we're gonna do is just buy out his whole inventory. Now,
Thanks very much.
I don't know how much that's going to change him. Oh, we've got him to the cocky stage already. So he's supposed to have like a nervous stage, a somewhat respectful stage, and then a really cocky stage. But we can see he now sells a whole bunch of different armors, including the boss armors, which I think are very interesting. He also sells these penal handcuffs, which I do remember those for Pyromancer. Velstadt. But yeah, he does sell all these different armors, so maybe it's worth it to come by and maybe look at getting one of these. I guess we'll have to find out later. But that is kind of the extent of what I wanted to do, just to kind of get myself back into the game, do a little bit of cleanup before we head back to the completely wrong area. So you guys were actually very quick to point out that there were a few bonfires that I missed. One of them was in the area that I was complaining about the ghosts. And speaking about the ghosts in the area, I kind of wanted to clarify my thoughts a little bit more on how I feel about the ghosts in this area. I think that the mechanic is good. I know a lot of people were saying, you know, there's an inbuilt mechanic that you were ignoring. And I think the mechanic is good. I do have a problem with how they kind of stashed away all of the armors for the ghosts to become actual killable creatures in like this back corner that you weren't going to access. I liked that the two at the beginning, you got a tutorial for them, but I liked that they were somewhat readily available. It felt like, you know, hey, you can go searching for the different pieces of these guys. It feels kind of cheap to hide all of them except for those two in some random room in the back. I don't know. I feel like they should have been spread out more. I think the mechanic could have been handled a little bit better. But that was my full thought on the entire ideal. Speaking of comments you guys were leaving, you guys also let me know that, and I noticed it in editing, I also saw you guys talk about in comments that I never went down this path. So that is what we're gonna do. That's just a pit. And Drakeblood Greatsword. Ooh. I've actually heard you guys talk about this. I'm gonna have to find it now. There we go. Drakeblood Greatsword. Wielded by the Drakeblood Knights. Okay. It's a 20 strength weapon, so I could maybe use this with 2 hands right now. It does slight magic damage and slight lightning damage. Really? That's interesting. Huh. I'd be interested to see how well that weapon works. But I think that's all there was on this path then. Well then, there were a few other places up in the top areas of the DLC that I had not explored that I was noticing while I was going back and editing. So just like the 1 or 2 areas that I noticed I hadn't explored yet, I'm gonna go back to, and then I'm also gonna try and go back to find that bonfire that I missed, just because when I eventually do challenge runs of this game, I really want to know where that bonfire is. Okay, so first area I wanted to explore was back here. We kind of darted straight for this bonfire after opening the Sanctum door. I did notice while I was editing that there was, I believe, a ladder. That's Soul Spear. Yeah, right here. So I just wanted to check this out quick. Still no mimics in this area. Go figure. Sanctum shield. No, I haven't been really big on replacing shields. Maybe I should. Requires faith? It does dark, lightning, and magic damage. A sacred chime serve as a catalyst for both miracles and sorceries. Is that going to be allowed in shields only? I guess that's a fun twist on challenges that I haven't thought about in this game, because there's like swords that can be catalysts. There's shields now that can be catalysts, so could I use that in shields only? That's an interesting thought process. That looks like a torch that I could light if I ever seen one. Let me just explore the nearby area, and then I'll pop a flame butterfly. All right, or not. Does that do anything for me? Am I missing something here? All right, doesn't look like it. By the way, I have about 4 hours and 20 minutes of torch. That's pretty redonkulous. All right, looks like that's about it to explore here. So the next area I wanted to explore was, there was the point of no return down here. And I noticed that I never went one of the directions. That would be this direction. The direction with all the bugs. That doesn't look like anywhere I've been, and I see that there are items in there I never grabbed. So we're gonna quickly take a look down there. Although it looks like we may want to make sure we're wearing Silver Cat for the fall. Okay, lots of bugs. We're just gonna pop some life gems here. Oh, whoops. Okay, looks like we took a little bit of durability damage, especially to our ring. So let's go ahead and pop some repair powder. So we got some blackweed balm, old growth balm, some dung pies, some more life gems. Speaking of which, we'll pop one. Let's go ahead and just get this guy sorted. Come on. There we go. Some poisonous throwing knives. That looks like it's about it. Where does this ladder take us? To a chest. What do we got? Flynn's ring. Lowering equipment load to increase physical attack. Oh, lowering equipment load increases physical attack. Interesting. So if I was playing a character, so it wouldn't help me because I'm using Moonlight Greatsword and that's all magic damage. But if I was using anything that had physical attack on it and I stayed really light armor, then the physical damage would be increased. So that could kind of stack with Ring of Blades. Interesting. Okay. So apparently over there somewhere is where I can find my bonfire. And that guy's being a jerk. Is he gonna follow me at all? Or is he just gonna chill? He's gonna sit there and chill. Oh, is that it? Maybe? Oh, it made all the spikes go away. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I'm still in a bit of a pickle here. So I still don't know where that other switch is. Oh, I see. Is that it? That was not the button I wanted to press, and I thought I was gonna die there. Alright, let's take a look-see. Okay, apparently this is a path I can actually jump across. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this would have been really helpful. It was very cleverly hidden. I will give it that, although it would have been extremely useful. I got a Sanctum crossbow. Oh, I see. There's a Sanctum repeating crossbow and a Sanctum crossbow, which fires dark bolts. Interesting. Okay, all right. I think archery is going to be a lot more interesting for this game than it was for Dark Souls 1. And that does make me happy. There is another bonfire that I'm missing around here somewhere. I'm gonna be honest and say I don't even know remotely where it is, but I'm not exactly looking to bonfire hunt all of them. I just know I was complaining a lot about this DLC, and it's good to find a bonfire there. Although I'm wondering if I liked it better with or without the super long stretch, but a cleverly well hidden bonfire is a concept I can very much get behind. We've already made one attempt at this. Here's attempt number 2. hopefully with a lot less ear-piercing screeches from my headset, which, by the way, for those of you who are asking, I am okay. Thank you very much for the concern. Just hurt a little bit, just extremely loud, but ended up all right. But enough about that. Let's rack up some kills. Ooh. I took so much damage there. Holy. All right. I need to be very careful of these petrifications. Apparently, I can shield bash these. You know what? We'll just chill for a moment. There's a lot of enemies at once. We'll test out our shield bashing strategy in a minute. Okay, I really need to be careful about this buildup. Is there anything that reduces buildup of petrification? My guys seem to be well equipped to deal with things. The Triclops snake trotches. Okay, I'll keep those in mind. But I want to see. Okay, you guys said that I thought I saw somebody in the comments section say that apparently you can shield bash that thing down. Doesn't look like that's the case. Although I might just be doing it wrong. Oh, hello. I missed you. What do we got here? Some petrified something. Yeah, there's a lot of petrified somethings in this cave. Oh, hello. I missed more items over here. 3 bonfire ascetics. Interesting. I believe this is the way. Yeah, here we go. There we go. I need to be very careful of this petrification. Because I believe petrification in this game is instant death like Curse was in Dark Souls 1. Ooh. Okay, let's chill here. There we go. I'm using a lot of Estus. But I think as long as I have 5 going into the boss fight, I'll be alright. And if I could... No, that'll work. Okay, there was the evil petrification statue. We're just gonna come over here and chill. Alright, so this boss fight was rude. But I think we should be, for the most part, okay. Let's go ahead and use up one of our wilted dust herbs here, just to make sure we're fully stocked up. And I don't have a strategy going into this necessarily, so we're just gonna find out what happens. I think it's going to be pretty safe to assume that whoever's wearing Havel's armor is going to be fairly resistant to magic. I also want to be very aware of the archer that's behind. I'm pretty sure I saw an archer in the background. So we're gonna stay aware of that. Yeah, these guys can be backstabbed. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, I need to be more patient with my timings on this guy. Ruined Alphys is having a fairly difficult time at the moment. Yeah. Ooh, I need to be careful here. Okay. Oh, they have Estus? Okay. I both love and hate that. I'm gonna heal up. I just want to be at like full health all the time in here. I need to kill one of these guys before I get to... I recognize that moveset. I used Chaos Blade in Dark Souls 1. Okay. The damn AI menu is getting in my way. All right. Okay, I need to be very careful here because I am in a 1 versus 2. This guy is actually... I was about to say very dangerous. Okay. That's going to be a very tricky fight to manage. I'm almost wondering if it's going to be better to go for the quick guy first or maybe even hunt down the archer while I let the AI deal with the other two. Okay, so I've returned. I definitely want Ring of Steel protection here. It is going to be an absolute must against this fight. I also don't want to risk anything breaking, and I know who sells an unlimited amount of repair powder, so no harm in throwing some on. I also have some dried roots I've added to my equipment belt. We'll see if that helps. And before we go in, I'm actually gonna pop one of these bright bugs. Apparently, no, I'm not. All right. Either way, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the... Is Alphys taking damage? I am going to try and chase down the archer first. So I'm gonna wait long enough for the two to come towards me. I'm just gonna eat one of these dried roots now. I'm gonna let them do their work. And you actually look like you're wearing some good old Lucatiel gear. Oh, and I've been chased. This is lovely. Okay, you actually don't deal a lot of damage, which is nice. You don't look like you can take hits very well either. Oh, and there's another fog wall back here. really like for you too. That was a very late roll. Ow, okay, so you can deal some damage. And my friends are unfortunately kind of getting bodied back there. I don't think I'm gonna have very much more alone time with the old explorer at this rate. You know, I think I'm still gonna be okay with that. Ah, the life gems weren't enough. Ah. Okay, so I just looked it up, and apparently you can't use bright bugs when there are phantoms around, which is good to know. Now I'm just gonna have to figure out how I'm supposed to get past these nerds. I'm also wondering if in one of the other DLCs there's a magic clutch ring, because I have a lightning one. The lightning clutch ring. Wondering if there's a magic clutch ring hiding out somewhere. I actually think Mr. Dex here is more terrifying than Havel. He's power stancing Dex weapons, but he likes to backstab a lot. And I think that that's pretty terrifying to play against. Also, it seems like he's taking damage a bit more than the others. That archer, though, is just... Oh, boy. Yeah, every now and then that archer is hitting me. It's very rare, but... just the thought of the archer even hitting... is very dangerous. That is a very dangerous spot to be in right there. Okay, that's one down. I think we can do this. I think with him gone, that makes this a much easier experience. Because I think that Dex guy is by far the most threatening. Because while this guy does do some pretty big damage, I think he's a lot easier to handle. Ow. Just gonna pop a life gem here. Nice, okay. And this last guy shouldn't be too much of an issue. At least I think it's a guy. It might be a girl. I like how these firebombs are doing 8 damage. Andre pulling out the real damage in this fight. Also, it doesn't look like the game really permits the NPCs to backstab, which is interesting. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get this on fast enough. 3 Twinkling Titanite, 3 Petrified Dragon Bones, and 1 Titanite Slab. Finally got them down. We can very quickly scour the room for any kind of extra hidden items. All right, let's see if we have any other kind of reward here for defeating them. I see a metal chest. I also saw a bunch of comments saying that they were the reason why all the chests were looted, which actually does make sense. What do we get? Did that say flower skirt? Flower skirt. Also, I just noticed our character is jacked. Look at her. Look at her. I mean, to carry a sword that big, she has to, but like, she's jacked. Also, the flower skirt is very pretty. Sure, Dark Souls, I'll bite. I have no idea what I had on. I wasn't wearing Drake Blood before, but you know what? I'll wear them now. Got a torch. Is that? Looks like it. I hear my bonfire. Oh, hello. Still not a mimic. I'm surprised, not one mimic this whole DLC. Really, FromSoft. Dark Greatsword? Okay, so it's like a hex version of Soul Greatsword. That's pretty dang cool. All right, so it looks like we got everything around here. I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like we've got everything, so. I guess we'll just go ahead and aged feather back up. All right, and I know we missed a bonfire, but I think that wraps up this area pretty well, actually. So I'm pretty sure that that is the end of the main content for the Sunken King DLC. Overall, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I think that it definitely had a lot of great concepts, and I do really like the area aesthetic. I think it just had a very annoying undertone to it. And that's what I think that was kind of like a drawback, was everything just felt really annoying to deal with. That being said, I still enjoyed it. It feels like it was meant to be multiplayer content, and I think that's definitely made evident by the fact that for 2 of the bosses, there are 2 summons available. So I do think that they did keep that in mind. I do think it was definitely made to be multiplayer content. That being said, that whole last area, I think it was the Cave of the Dead. I think that was by far the best part of the entire DLC. It very much reminded me of, not the Arbiter's Grounds, but you guys will know what I'm talking about if you played this game. From Twilight Princess, there was the tower that you would go, that you could go really deep into. And it was kind of like a gauntlet of enemies. It gave me that kind of vibes. I believe there was also a version of it in Wind Waker, and those are 2 of my favorite areas in the Zelda games. So they gave me those kind of vibes, and I think that area is probably my favorite part of the DLC. I do have to say, the Cave of the Dead section, definitely a ton of fun. I would love to see, like, I don't know if this would be possible for the modded community at all, but like an elongated section of that, an elongated version of that, you know, it felt very raid-like, and I really did appreciate that, being somebody who spent thousands of hours in Destiny raids. It did feel really cool. So overall, I have a fairly good opinion of the first DLC. Definitely think it could have been better, but not bad. I think not bad is my opinion of the Sunken King DLC. Although I've been told that it is the worst DLC. I've been told that it only gets better from here, so I am very much looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and upgrade, get ourselves a level up to end off today's episode. I think I'm gonna pump some endurance. I think endurance is one thing we're lacking. I'd really like some more stamina, so we're gonna go with that. And I think that's gonna about do it for me on this episode. Really fun episode, got to do a lot of backtracking. Got to wrap up the Sunken King DLC, there we go. In the next episode, we're gonna be heading straight into the Crown of the Old Iron King, I believe it's called, by heading straight to Broom Tower. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up, bop that subscribe button, and ring a tingling, that little bell to be notified whenever I drop another video. You can also join the Discord, link is in the description below, free to join. As always, come hang out with me and other members of the community. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you gamers on the flip side. Later!